Getting children to understand the happiness formula will change their lives. And yours too. Hi parents, welcome to AskTetsu, where we talk about raising global kids by raising them to be multilingual, multicultural, and multi-talented. So in the previous video, I talked about our one-on-one sessions that I schedule every other week with my kids, and these sessions allow us to, I say, bond better and build trusting relationship over time. And there's various topics that we talk about during these one-on-one sessions, and I told you in that video that I would pick up a few and make more in-depth videos about them. So today we'll be talking about the happiness formula. It's something that I've talked to my kids a few times now. I think the happiness formula is a very, very simple concept, but has a tremendous impact. Because after all, attaining happiness is the ultimate goal in life, I believe. We all want our kids to be happy, but I think most people overemphasize only part of the equation of what it takes to become happy, and while neglecting the other part. So let me explain to you what exactly is this happiness formula. So happiness, H, is equal to R divided by E. So what exactly are R and E? So I think a lot of us, things that we teach our kids, sort of the soft and hard skills in terms of languages, all good education, sports, music, their hobbies, all these form part of the numerator of the equation. So R, which stands for reality. Anything later in life, money, career, fame, power, all that comes into here. So it's the R of the equation. So in this very simple equation, you can easily appreciate that the bigger the R, the bigger the H, right? Let's say R is, we'll symbolize it with money. It's easy to grasp. If you have $1, $10, $100, $1,000, the bigger the R, chances are good that your happiness will be correlated to a certain degree. So is it as simple as that? The more you have of R, the better it is, or necessarily you'll have a higher H? Well, no. You have to see the denominator of this equation, where you have the E. You can have a big R, but if you have a big E, that'll sort of cancel out your equation. So if you have, for 1 unit of H, you can have 1 unit of R over 1 unit of E. That makes 1. Or you can have 10 units of R over 10 units of E. That's still 1 unit of H, etc., etc. So obviously, if you hold E constant and you increase R, then you will in fact increase H. But conversely, if you hold R constant, you can still increase H by decreasing E. Now that's the key. If it's decreasing the E. So what exactly is E? It stands for expectations. Once again, if we come back to the example of money, if you earn $10 but you expected 10, then you have 1 unit of H. But if you actually expected $100, then you actually only have 0.1 unit of H. So your H is now smaller just because you expected more. And the opposite holds true, of course. If you actually only expected 1 and you got 10, then you now have 10 units of H. So this is very, very simple mathematics. It is so simple that even little kids can understand, which is the beauty of this equation. On the other hand, I do like to emphasize the E even further by talking about appreciation to the kids. In a way, if you increase appreciation in life, it's sort of similar to decreasing E, right? I mean, think about it. If you say you appreciate something, if you're thankful for something, it kind of means you have reached your expectations of whatever that thing is. So appreciation is a very abstract notion, I guess, for little kids. So it does help if we show them some examples of why they should feel appreciative of their lives, and that's pretty easy. I like to show them scenes of kids, much less fortunate than they are. Perhaps they have to sell work when they're very young, and selling bubble gum in the streets, for example. I show them, or I show them how blessed they are to just to be healthy, having health and being able to do sports and lots of hobbies and learn, etc. Because there are people like Nick Vujicic, I think is how you pronounce his name. He was born without any limbs, but he's overcome extremely difficult life circumstances, but still has done very well. So those are inspirational people that I like to show them. So over time, I hope this really gets internalized, that they really understand it, that just literally just being born and living in a developed country like Canada and Japan is just a tremendous stroke of blessing, and everything else is just gravy. So it's been a year since we've been doing this 1-1 sessions, during which sometimes we talk about the happiness formula, and I do notice that they are understanding our messages, and the good hint for that is I've really noticed that they say thank you a lot more since we've started these sessions, and it's quite surprising that little kids like that are able to understand these messages and appreciate life. Speaking of appreciation, there's a video in that corner where I ask our kids whether they appreciate being brought up multilingual. So the answer will be in that video. And if you're curious about how our typical multilingual day looks like, here's a video right below this window. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next video.